And welcome back to Projects Live. We're 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and we're ready now for an update regarding Unified Communications Phase 2. Normally, this project would be presented by Greg Stewart, but he is out today, so filling in will be John Landers as well as Dan Matthews to provide some technical subject matter expertise. John and Dan, over to you.
Thank you, Tyler. We're glad to be here today to share an update on the second phase of Unified Communications and really share an update on WebEx as well. First off, we'd like to share an update on some of the background and history related to the Unified Communications project, and Dan will share that for us.
Thanks, John. Yeah, we kicked off the Phase 1 of Unified Communications back in 2014 and finished that phase in January of 2015, and that was really done to stabilize the telephony infrastructure and provide a platform to integrate communication and collaboration tools and applications and really converge voice, video, and content sharing with applications like WebEx.
So one of the things we wanted to take the time to highlight today is WebEx. WebEx is an online video collaboration tool offered by Cisco that we're excited and getting ready to share to the campus. Will work like an Adobe Connect, but offers some powerful functionality. It also has telephony options available for someone to call in over VoIP or to call in over the phone. And it really allows folks to have meetings, anything from like a small group meeting, like a student study group, to faculty office hours, or to also potentially support large things like a massive open online course like you're seeing in the video below. There's also chat and participant controls and the ability to support video. So it is a really great tool that we're looking forward to sharing with the campus. Obviously, we know there will be some questions on how to access WebEx. So we'll have a site that's accessible for faculty and staff, as well as a separate site for students. We thought this was a really great tool to be able to share with our students on campus, and we wanted to give them an opportunity to use it, whether it be for group meetings for class or for things like student activities. And, we will do a mass provisioning of students, faculty, and staff on our campus to allow them to access it, but we'll also have a self-provisioning page available in case there are folks that also need to be provisioned or new folks that come on to campus. So one of the unique things about WebEx is that it supports a variety of audio options. There will be options for dialing via your telephone, like we mentioned, that we're getting to roll out, and then students will have access to the VoIP audio. We think that the VoIP is a great option, and we'll definitely be utilizing our communication to kind of highlight that and work towards that. And then we've also recently been presented with a new opportunity from Cisco to migrate to a new WebEx platform that offers some additional functionality and tools, and the project team is in the process of evaluating that, and we'll share more about that in the future and likely in an upcoming Projects Live. So the next thing we wanted to highlight, which Dan will cover, will be some of the completed milestones of the project that we've been working on over the last several months.
Yeah, so we completed an integration with single sign-on. So for both the student and the faculty staff sites, you will be prompted with single sign-on. We've also developed some WebEx provisioning tools in terms of both self-service and bulk provisioning, as well as tested WebEx-enabled telepresence.
So thank you, Dan. The next thing that we want to highlight in the near term, as well as evaluating the new platform for WebEx, we are getting ready to roll out WebEx to the campus in the near future. We will definitely be communicating with the campus through Projects Live, through email, through table attendance on when that date may be, and we'll also be doing open house training sessions for faculty and staff and students because we want to show folks how to use it and make sure that they understand it, as well as make sure all of our training material is prepared, and in case anyone calls into the service desk, that they're able to help resolve any issue. And we'll also continue to test out and evolve WebEx enabled telepresence and see what potential that holds for the campus. With that, I believe those are all the items we have for today. So Tyler, if there's any questions, we'll be glad to take a question.
Thanks, John and Dan, for that update. So you mentioned WebEx-enabled telepresence several times. I'm wondering first, can you provide a quick description of what telepresence is, and then more importantly, some of the benefits of WebEx-enabled telepresence?
Sure, I'll let Dan handle that question.
Sure. So telepresence is it's a video conferencing technology, and we have several telepresence rooms deployed across the campus, and WebEx-enabled telepresence allows you to include a telepresence room into a WebEx meeting. So you could have a room full of people in front of a telepresence unit, which is multiple screens and multiple cameras, participating through WebEx with people across the world.
Great. Thanks, John and Dan, for that update. So we do have one question that came over the chat pod here, and this comes from Brian Christian, and he wants to know, can I assign a local phone number for my WebEx personal room?
Thanks, Brian. I think I'll defer to Dan on that question as well.
We have been in discussions with Cisco about provisioning toll-free numbers. I don't know if we can provision a local number, but a toll-free number would allow you to provide access, and I believe you can provision a number, up to 3 numbers for any user within WebEx. We'll have to take a look at the audio agreement to get a more firm answer, but that's what I've got now.
Great. Thanks for the answer to that question there, John and Dan. So we have one final question that came in. This is an anonymous user, and it asks, will there be a chargeback to departments for the telephony options of WebEx?
That hasn't been determined yet, and a lot depends on the negotiations that we've been doing with Cisco on the audio agreement. We're trying to make it so that there won't be a chargeback, but like I said, a lot depends on the negotiation we're doing with Cisco to determine what we can do.
Great. Dan and John, thank you very much for answering those questions and for your update here today.